yourself in person, as opposed to having CPS do that. And so I imagine that all that brought on a lot of changes, and so I just want to check in with you. How have you been since?
I've been good. I had when I told my mom, I had my grandparents there with me because I think I mentioned how I live with them a lot and like how they kind of support me more than my mom does. So I think having them like behind me made me like stronger in telling my mom. But she was really shocked by it and like didn't really have any like support or just like she just was like a blank face kind of.
So you felt like for you it was helpful to have your grandparents there, and that they had a positive, not a positive response, but a supportive response, but that your mom was just kind of in shock about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how has that played out since then? Have you spent time with your mom? Like
I only saw her one day this weekend, so we didn't really talk about it much. I think she's still processing the whole thing, but I'm able to talk to my grandparents about it, and they're very understanding compared to her.
What do you need from your mom, in terms of support and understanding, if anything? What do you need from that relationship right now?
I think for her just to like embrace me and not kind of be like a statue would really help me connect with her.
Mm-hmm. Those are both very physical, kind of needs, right? To embrace you, right? Instead of being, but a statue is very cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So has that been a part of your relationship? Do you feel like she's, withheld that kind of like physical affection?
Yeah,
anyway,
for most part, yeah.
Yeah.
She's never really been like an affectionate person, but I think like right now that would be kind of bring us closer together.
Mm-hmm. Was there a time when you were younger that you felt like you had more of the connection that you are describing with her? Or?
Yeah, I think like when I first started school, like she was kind of sad to see me go to school, but now like her and my dad aren't together and she's working 2 jobs. She just doesn't have, I guess, the time.
If you were to tell her how you feel, and what you need from her, what do you anticipate would be her response?
If I were to tell her like my physical needs or
just
anything.
Yeah, just kind of what you've told me about needing to feel that she was there to support you, whether that be like to physically embrace you or in other ways, right? Verbally, right? There are a lot of ways that I think we can get that kind of care.
Yeah.
And to just say like, this is how, if you were to say to her, this is how this feels for me, right? And it would really help me if we could, work on that. Like, how do you think she might respond?
I think if I were to be honest about my feelings and kind of like get rid of the hard truth, that would make it better. Because I don't think I've been as initiative with it either because of like her stone face when I first told her. So I've been like kind of hesitant to try to like reach out more. But I think if I were to say something like that, I think that would possibly make a difference. Because I am like the only child, so I hope that would be something.
What would a negative response look like, do you think, and how would that feel?
If she like were to say it was my fault, or you should have known better, or something like that.
Has she said anything that sounds like that to you since you told her? Or?
No, not directly. She's just been very passive.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't heard you talk about guilt or it being your fault in any other context, but I just want to kind of explore that with you a little bit. Where does that idea of it being your fault, where do you think that comes from for you? Like, why why did you go there, right? As a potential response from your mother, of all people, right?
I think it
very curious.
like kind of relates to my parents splitting up. So like that is like playing in my head too.
In connection with your anticipation of her possibly saying that it was your fault, right? What happened with your teacher? You're finding, you think that that's connected to when your parents split up, right? Does that bring about a similar feeling?
Yeah.
Right. So when your parents split up, did what? What was your mother's response, and how did that shift your relationship with her?
She became like meaner, not in a way like she like not abusive, just like never really showed, like I said, that like affection, and that kind of like brushed off on me. So that's kind of how I take things, because of like her emotions towards me after that situation.
I see. Excuse me. So it sounds like your parents splitting really had some, continuing kind of impact on you, and definitely on your relationship with your mom. And it sounds like, the fact that you are seeing this connection between the way that she's responding, to this news, right, and that, event in your life. It just makes me wonder, like, what might be possible there, in terms of